Hello, hello. So I want to share a concept with you that I utilize to work with my clients, and it has to do with our ability to change our behaviors, to form new habits when it comes to health and wellness, and just the way that we show up in the world. So what happens is in the first 7 to 8 years of life, we are in essentially like a brain download state. So the way that we're seeing the world, we're kind of downloading that. And our brain is in this state of easily absorbing what we observe in the world as our baseline set point of normal until we wander out in the world and realize that things are a little bit different. And as we age on the other side of, 8-ish years old, the brain kind of starts to update and learn in a different way. So I want you to stop and think for a moment. What year were you born, and what are your first years of life? Your first 7-8 years of life. So for me, I was born in the late 70s, and I think to myself, what was life like back then? What was the normal set point that I was downloading and observing, my nervous system was taking on as my normal? So I was the third born in a family of 4 children, and the house was relatively small, and there was one bathroom. So there was just a lot of busyness, and it was a safe household, but there was just a lot of craziness and busyness and people like coming and going. And if we think back to, there was no real computers, there was no cell phones, there was a TV that had that like manual crank. There was some radios, like just the way that we got information in this world was very, very different. And our families got together on a relatively regular, consistent basis and had family get-togethers. And so my normal set point is a lot of connection and community and family and busyness. And I found that when I went off to college, I would be sitting alone in my dorm room trying to study, and I would essentially hijack myself out of just the quietness. The quietness was so unfamiliar to me because my nervous system set point was chaos and busyness. It was so unfamiliar that it would make me feel uncomfortable. And so I would either call somebody to create some drama, or I'd wait until the last minute to study or to do the work that I needed to do to create this procrastination, which added to the chaos because my body could actually function better in that state of busyness and chaos. So you see, the amygdala, the reptilian reactionary part of our brain, is programmed towards pattern recognition. So those patterns that we observed in the first 0 to 8 years of life were our normal set point. So if I'm trying to develop a behavior later on in life of quiet and meditation, and I'm not aware of this need to upgrade and to change that set point of my nervous system, or even how to do that, then I'm trying to discipline and control and command myself into behavioral change. How do we change behavior? Through habits, and repetition. But just that light of awareness on the need to upgrade the operating system. And there's some very simple self-regulation techniques that I use with my clients that allows us to reground and to make a choice to be able to change and upgrade that operating system. So if you have struggled with behavioral change when it comes to your health, when it comes to your daily habits, when it comes to your job and your routine, and other people can predict your moves even better than you can, you probably need an update of your operating system, and I would love to help you do that.